In a small British town, a family sits in a cold kitchen, forced to choose between heating and groceries. Both parents work, one in a care home, one in a warehouse, but their wages barely cover the basics. They live with the constant anxiety that one unexpected bill could push them over the edge. This isn't about personal failure, it's about a system where hard work no longer guarantees security. Across the Atlantic, a young American couple faces crushing student debt and gig work despite their degrees. The dream of home ownership is out of reach while headlines tout record corporate profits. In Germany, a factory worker loses his job to overseas restructuring, a decision made in a distant boardroom, shattering his sense of security. Meanwhile, a farmer in the global south battles unpredictable weather and global commodity prices set far away, her livelihood at the mercy of forces she can't control. International corporations buy up land, promising development but leaving local communities with less. These stories aren't isolated, they're symptoms of a global system that rewards a few and leaves many struggling. The gap between effort and reward grows wider and the sense of powerlessness deepens. Around the world, ordinary people are squeezed by forces beyond their control. The question echoes everywhere. Who is this economy really working for? The answer lies not in individual choices, but in the design of the system itself. While most struggle, a select group thrives. The Davos Class. Named after the World Economic Forum in Davos, this elite gathers in luxury to shape the world's future. They are billionaires, CEOs, financiers and political leaders whose influence spans continents. Their companies are wealthier than many nations, and their decisions affect millions. They see the world as a single marketplace, not a patchwork of countries. Their concerns are global supply chains, trade agreements, regulations. The gap between their reality and everyone else's is vast, not just in wealth, but in power and perspective. They are the architects and beneficiaries of globalization. The system of inequality isn't abstract for them, it's the engine of their success. They've mastered the rules, often because they helped write them. While most worry about bills, the Davos Class moves billions with a click. Their world is one of privilege, influence, and a different set of rules. The Davos Class isn't loyal to any nation. Their allegiance is to global capital. While most people identify with their country, pay taxes, and expect protection, the elite operate above borders. Multinational corporations shift headquarters, factories and research wherever profits are highest. These choices aren't personal, they're strategic, driven by profit, not community. This detachment creates a disconnect. Governments try to serve citizens, while the elite play a global game. They pit countries against each other, demanding lower taxes and fewer regulations. The result? A race to the bottom, where ordinary workers and public services lose out. Members of this class have more in common with each other than with their fellow citizens. They attend the same events, send their children to the same schools and invest in the same funds. They've built a parallel society, where wealth is the only passport that matters. Their true homeland is the international market. For most, rules and taxes are unavoidable. For the Davos Class, they're negotiable. With armies of lawyers and accountants, they exploit loopholes and tax havens to minimize obligations. Profits are shifted to low-tax jurisdictions, starving public services of funding. It's legal but deeply unfair, a transfer of wealth from the many to the few. Their power extends through lobbying, shaping laws and regulations to serve their interests. They push for deregulation and trade deals that benefit them, often at the expense of workers and the environment. This isn't democracy, it's financial power rewriting the rules. When crises hit, the elite are bailed out while ordinary people bear the cost. There's one set of rules for the global elite, another for everyone else. They privatize gains and socialize losses, pushing risks onto the public. This is the ultimate privilege of the Davos Class. The Davos Class draws strength from unity, not just wealth. They're a tightly connected network meeting at exclusive gatherings like Davos, Bilderberg and Sun Valley. Here, tech billionaires, bankers and politicians build trust and set global agendas. Deals are made, strategies coordinated and consensus forged, always with their interests in mind. Many attended the same elite universities and started at the same firms, creating a shared culture and language. This old boys network spans industries and borders, making cooperation seamless. Their echo chamber amplifies ideas like tax cuts for the rich until they seem like common sense. Think tanks, reports and speeches reinforce their worldview. Their unity allows them to present a coordinated front and protect their interests. Alternative perspectives are drowned out by the consensus of the powerful. This network is their greatest strength. The Davos Class wields another subtle weapon control of the narrative. Through ownership of media, think tanks and cultural institutions, they shape what we believe is possible and fair. Critical voices are marginalized, while stories of self-made billionaires dominate. The myth wealth is earned by merit, not by systemic advantage. Their think tanks produce studies justifying policies that benefit them, like trickle-down economics. These ideas are echoed by politicians and media, creating a feedback loop. Philanthropy further shapes culture, casting billionaires as benevolent, not as products of a rigged system. The result, inequality, is seen as natural and the system as inevitable. By controlling the story, they legitimize their power and obscure the roots of inequality. The real story is hidden behind a carefully crafted image. Many believe the global economy is broken. For the Davos Class, it's working exactly as designed. Inequality isn't a flaw, it's the intended outcome of rules shaped by and for the elite. Free-flowing capital, tax loopholes and deregulation are features, not bugs. Every hardship for ordinary people, stagnant wages, weakened unions, cuts to services, feeds the wealth of the few. The system is built to concentrate wealth upward. Deregulation, weakened labor and globalization weren't accidents, they were deliberate choices. When profits soar and poverty rises, the system is at peak efficiency. The struggles of working families aren't side effects, they're the fuel for elite prosperity. The system isn't broken for them, it's a triumph of design. Accepting this truth is difficult but necessary. The real division isn't between nations, but between the global elite and everyone else. The engine of global capital runs on the quiet desperation of the many. Facing a powerful, unified elite can feel overwhelming, but knowledge is the first step toward change. The Davos Class thrives when the rest of us are divided and resigned. Understanding the system is the beginning of resistance. The struggles of families in Britain, workers in Germany, and farmers in the global south are all connected. These aren't isolated crises, they're symptoms of a system designed to benefit the few. Recognizing this shared predicament is the start of solidarity. Real change requires thinking and acting globally, just as the elite do. Support workers' rights everywhere, demand international cooperation, and build cross-border alliances. Create a new narrative, one of cooperation and shared prosperity. The problem is complex, and so are the solutions, but nothing changes without awareness. By exposing the system, we strip the elite of their greatest weapon, invisibility. What people have designed, people can redesign. Understanding is the powerful beginning.